In this video, we will see how the sending and receiving work in a network. First, I will talk a bit about the OSI model, because it is necessary for the explanation, and also because it is important to know what the OSI model is. Maybe in some of my next courses, I will explain the OSI model in depth. But for now, you need to know the basics. So networking technologies are usually divided into layers. If you are wondering why do we need models on layers, it is because it helps us understand and explain complicated systems in networking. There is also the TCP/IP model, and it is similar to the OSI model. Every layer contains the hardware and the software characteristics about that layer. Hardware includes devices that operate on that layer, and software is usually protocol. Protocol is a set of rules that governs the data exchange. Let's go briefly over the layers. I will also show the corresponding TCP/IP layer for every OSI layer. The lines between the layers are not strictly defined. So lower layers are concerned with the formatting, encoding, and transmission of data. Upper layers are concerned with the interaction with the user. The application layer deals with the user interface. It represents the data to the user. The presentation layer does the encryption and decryption of data. The session layer is in charge of keeping the sessions open while we are sending and receiving data, and terminating the connection when it's done. The transport layer provides a reliable data flow. It deals with segments of data. The network layer chooses the best route for the data if there are more of them, addresses the device with a logical IP address, and chops the data into packets. Network layer devices are routers. The data link layer is addressing your computer with a physical MAC address. Your network interface card falls in this layer. The data on this layer is in frames. The physical layer is concerned with the data transmission, about the media and signal. This layer specifies the cable-related rules, modems, switches, and etc. The data on this layer is in bits. I will use the example with Susan and Richard. They are in one local area network. So we assume that the network is set up, and Susan wants to send the report file over their LAN. They are connected and they agreed which folders are shared. So Susan writes the report in the Word, saves it, and sends it to Richard. She does that by putting it on the shared folder. The file is now either on some specific computer used for sharing, some server, or still on her computer. When Richard opens the shared folder, and he opens or copies the report to his computer, the file is being sent. The stream of ones and zeros of a Word file are now chopped into smaller pieces and pushed through the cable from a server, or Susan's computer, to Richard's computer. They first bump into a router, which is on the first floor. The router reads the destination and sends it to the destination router on the Richard's floor. That router checks the address and sees the Richard's address. Then it sends it to his computer. Richard's computer accepts those pieces, puts them together, and finishes the copy process. When he opens the Word, ones and zeros are of course converted to words and displayed to Richard. Can you see the layer functions at work? So the data from Susan's computer passed through the 7 layers, got encrypted, encapsulated, chopped, and sent. When the Richard's computer got the message, it passed through the reverse process, from the first layer to the last one, and got presented to Richard like a report. In this case, I explained like their offices were connected with wires in a LAN. They can also use the internet and be connected wirelessly. In that case, they can use some type of application to send the files over it. The stream of ones and zeros would then be sent to the router. Then the router would send files via electromagnetic waves, and Richard's computer would accept that signal, convert it to binary signal, and send it to Richard's device. The sharing over the internet concept would be the same if Susan was in the other country. Her document would go to her router, then to the internet service provider in her country, then to the ISP in Richard's country, to Richard's router, and finally to his computer. The concept is the same for every network. There are variations and different architectures, but that is another topic that deserves another video. See you!